'Cause I will always love you so. I gotta be the one you need.
Jagged Edge, the renowned R&B group from Atlanta, captivated audiences in the late 1990s with their soulful harmonies and heartfelt lyrics. Hits like Let's Get Married, Promise, and Where the Party At made them household names and solidified their place in the music industry. However, behind the chart-topping success and polished performances, the members of Jagged Edge have faced a series of personal and professional challenges that paint a far less glamorous picture. The messy life of Jagged Edge makes their story both compelling and deeply sad. Join us as we delve into the rise and fall of Jagged Edge.
So why will we let this thing go? Maybe I promise that.
How it all began. Jagged Edge is an American R&B group originally formed in the mid-1990s and quickly gained prominence within the R&B scene. Their signature sound is characterized by the soulful voices of identical twin lead singers, Brian and Brandon Casey, complemented by group members Kyle Norman, aka Quick, and Richard Wingo, also known as Wingo Dollar. Brian and Brandon Casey, natives of Hartford, Connecticut, moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where they met Kyle Norman through church activities. The trio initially worked together to develop their sound and musical style. Richard Wingo, a late addition to the group, was introduced to the group by Candy Burris of the successful R&B group Escape. Burris played a pivotal role in Jagged Edge's early career, taking their demo to the renowned producer Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, impressed by their vocal talent and potential, signed Jagged Edge to his Columbia distributed label, So Def Recordings. This partnership proved to be a crucial step in the group's career, as Dupri's production skills and industry connections helped propel them into the spotlight. Jagged Edge began their mainstream recording career with the single, The Way That You Talk. This single served as their introduction to the wider R&B audience and set the stage for their debut album, A Jagged Era, released in 1997. The album achieved gold status, showcasing its commercial success and the group's burgeoning popularity. The Way That You Talk was Jagged Edge's first significant venture into the music industry. The single highlighted the group's smooth harmonies and lyrical prowess, capturing the essence of their style. The song's reception was positive, providing a solid foundation for their upcoming album. A Jagged Era marked Jagged Edge's official entry into the R&B scene. The album's blend of soulful melodies, heartfelt lyrics, and polished production resonated with listeners, earning it gold certification. The singles from the album played a crucial role in establishing the group's reputation. One of the standout tracks from the album, I Gotta Be, was written by the group's lead singers, Brian and Brandon Casey. The song's success was remarkable, reaching number 11 on the R&B charts and number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its romantic lyrics and smooth delivery made it a favorite among fans and a staple in their live performances. The Way That You Talk, debut single that introduced Jagged Edge to the mainstream. This song showcased their vocal harmony and set the tone for the album. Its moderate success helped build anticipation for the group's future releases. A Jagged Era was more than just a debut album. It was a declaration of Jagged Edge's presence in the music industry. The album's gold certification was a significant achievement for a new group, indicating strong sales and widespread appeal. The success of the singles I Gotta Be and The Way That You Talk played a crucial role in this achievement.
Can't forget about my love. And all my girls.
Rise to fame. Following up on their debut album, Jagged Edge released J.E. Heartbreak in 1999, an album that would prove to be their breakthrough, solidifying their place in the R&B genre. The album's commercial success and critical acclaim marked a significant milestone in the group's career, elevating their status in the music industry. J.E. Heartbreak was a monumental album for Jagged Edge, achieving double platinum status and producing several hit singles. The album's success was driven by its seamless blend of smooth ballads and catchy up-tempo tracks, showcasing the group's versatility and vocal talent. The standout single from the album, Let's Get Married, became one of Jagged Edge's signature songs. Released in 1999, the song topped the R&B charts and reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its romantic lyrics and memorable melody made it an instant classic, particularly popular at weddings and among couples. The song's remix, featuring Run DMC X Reverend Run, added a fresh twist and extended its appeal. Released on September 28, 1999, as the album's second single, He Can't Love You, also achieved significant success. The song reached number 3 on the R&B charts and number 15 on the Hot 100. Its heartfelt lyrics and smooth production resonated with fans, further establishing Jagged Edge's reputation for creating compelling love songs. Another major hit from J.E. Heartbreak, Promise, reached number 1 on the R&B charts and number 9 on the Hot 100. The song's romantic theme and emotional delivery made it a favorite among listeners, cementing Jagged Edge's status as masters of the R&B ballad. Following the success of J.E. Heartbreak, Jagged Edge released their third album, Jagged Little Thrill, in 2001. The album continued their winning streak, achieving platinum status and further solidifying their place in the R&B landscape. The album's lead single, Where the Party At, was a significant factor in its success. The up-tempo track, featuring rapper Nelly, became Jagged Edge's highest charting single, reaching number 1 on the R&B charts and number 3 on the Hot 100. The song's infectious beat and party anthem, Vibe, made it a favorite in clubs and on the radio, showcasing a different side of the group's musical talent. Jagged Edge's fourth studio album, Asterisk, Hard Asterisk, was released in 2003 and marked a continuation of their successful career. The album went gold, demonstrating the group's enduring appeal and commercial viability. Asterisk, Hard Asterisk, featured a blend of smooth ballads and energetic tracks, showcasing their signature sound. The album's lead single, Walked Out of Heaven, was a notable success.
I'm losing, and I pray that he just shares his grace on me.
Resonating deeply with fans due to its poignant lyrics and soulful delivery. Another significant track, Good Luck Charm, further reinforced Jagged Edge's reputation for creating emotionally charged R&B music. Following the release of Asterisk, Hard Asterisk, Jagged Edge parted ways with Columbia Records. This change in their label affiliation was a pivotal moment in their career, prompting them to seek new opportunities. They re-signed with Jermaine Dupri, who had been instrumental in their earlier success. Dupri, now president of the urban division at Island Def Jam, facilitated their return to So Def. This move allowed Jagged Edge to benefit from Dupri's continued support and industry expertise. Additionally, they were granted their own record label, 581 Music Group, which was credited on their 2006 album, Asterisk, Baby Mackin, Project Asterisk. This new label represented a significant step in the group's career, providing them with greater control over their music and direction. Baby Mackin Project was released under the 581 Music Group label and continued Jagged Edge's tradition of impactful R&B music. The album benefited from the group's collaboration with Jermaine Dupri, reflecting their evolving sound and artistic vision. In May 2009, Jagged Edge signed with Slip and Slide Records, marking another significant shift in their career. This new partnership offered fresh opportunities and was part of their ongoing efforts to stay relevant in the music industry. Their 2011 album, The Remedy, aimed to rejuvenate their presence and featured a mix of tracks that highlighted their signature sound while incorporating new elements. Jagged Edge released their 8th studio album, J.E. Heartbreak 2, on October 27, 2014. This album was a sequel to their highly successful 1999 album, J.E. Heartbreak, and sought to revisit the themes and styles that had defined their earlier work. The album included singles such as Hope,
Her hope in me is clearly somebody done hurt her, and I just wanna be the one.
which continued their tradition of heartfelt and emotional R&B music. The group's career, from Hard to their subsequent releases, reflects their resilience and adaptability in the face of industry changes. Their strategic label, moves, and evolving musical styles have contributed to their lasting impact on the R&B genre. The collaborations with Jermaine Dupri and their ability to navigate the complexities of the music business underscore their significance and enduring talent. Despite the challenges and shifts in their career, Jagged Edge has managed to maintain a strong presence, appealing to both longtime fans and new listeners with their consistent ability to create compelling music. The group challenges. Jagged Edge's journey has not been without its share of challenges, both personal and professional. Their 2014 album, J.E. Heartbreak 2, was marred by a significant setback when Kyle Norman faced a serious domestic violence dispute. The incident was a major blow to the group, affecting their public image and their ability to capitalize on the album's release. The controversy led to a reduction in sponsorships and a retreat from fans, which in turn impacted the album's commercial performance. J.E. Heartbreak 2 failed to make an impact on the charts, a stark contrast to the success of their previous releases. During their time with Columbia Records, Jagged Edge enjoyed a close relationship with Destiny's Child, another major R&B act of the era. The two groups were frequently on the road together, sharing tours and event management. Matthew Knowles, Destiny's Child's manager and the father of Beyoncé, briefly managed Jagged Edge as well. This partnership was a period of mutual support and success, showing the collaborative spirit within the R&B industry. However, the harmony between the groups was disrupted by personal entanglements. The Casey twins, Brandon and Brian, were involved in secret relationships with Destiny's Child members LaToya Luckett and Latavia Robertson. These relationships were kept under wraps initially, but tensions arose during a tour incident involving LaToya's mother, which brought the situation to light. The public revelation of these relationships led to speculation and rumors, particularly regarding whether they had any influence on the departure of Luckett and Latavia from Destiny's Child. The exit of Luckett and Latavia from Destiny's Child, combined with the drama surrounding their relationships with Jagged Edge, added a layer of complexity to the public narrative. Fans and media speculated that these personal dynamics might have contributed to the changes within Destiny's Child, although the full extent of their impact remains unclear. Jagged Edge's heartfelt ballad, Promise, has long been celebrated as one of the group's standout love songs. However,
and I literally had to put the guys off the bus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That began all of this drama.
its origins are deeply personal and connected to a notable chapter in the lives of the group's members and Destiny's Child. The song was penned with Latavia Robertson in mind, adding a layer of emotional depth to its lyrics. The story behind Promise involves a tumultuous period marked by personal and professional drama. Latavia, who was romantically linked with Brandon Casey of Jagged Edge at the time, shared her recollections about the song's creation in an interview. She revealed that Promise was written during a challenging period for both her and the group. The incident that inspired Promise occurred during a tour when tensions flared between Destiny's Child and Jagged Edge. According to Robertson, there was a significant altercation where it was alleged that LaToya Luckett and her mother were being removed from the tour bus. Jagged Edge members, particularly Brandon Casey, stood up in support of them. This act of solidarity came amid a personal struggle for Latavia, who was emotionally conflicted due to her relationship with Brandon and the chaos surrounding the tour incident. Latavia recounted a poignant moment when she was in the tour bus lobby, crying over the situation while her mother, who was a chaperone, had taken away her cell phone, preventing her from contacting Brandon. During this time, Jagged Edge went into the studio and, inspired by the emotional turmoil, wrote Promise as a tribute to Latavia. The song, which is imbued with themes of commitment and enduring love, resonated deeply with Latavia. She was moved when she first heard it, especially since it was a direct reflection of her personal experiences. The impact of Promise was not just a fleeting moment. Robertson noted that her relationship with Brandon Casey lasted a significant 8 years, which is a testament to the depth of their connection. This long-term romance added an additional layer of significance to the song, making it more than just a hit single, but a meaningful piece of her personal history. The revelation that Promise was written for Robertson brings a new understanding to the song's emotional resonance. The incident involving Matthew Knowles and the tour bus is a notable episode in the history of Jagged Edge and Destiny's Child. The controversy arose when Matthew Knowles, who was managing Destiny's Child at the time, attempted to remove LaToya Luckett and her mother, Miss Pam, from the tour bus. LaToya Luckett, then 17 years old, was traveling with Destiny's Child, and her mother had joined them on the tour bus. This move was reportedly met with disapproval from Knowles, who had a strained relationship with Miss Pam. The conflict escalated to a point where Knowles decided to put Luckett and her mother off the bus in the middle of Louisiana, a decision that raised significant concerns among the tour members. Jagged Edge, who were touring alongside Destiny's Child, took a stand against this decision. The group's members, including Kyle Norman and potentially Richard Wingo, intervened and opposed Knowles' plan to eject Luckett and her mother. They expressed their strong disagreement with the move, arguing that it was unjust to leave a young girl and her mother stranded. Matthew Knowles, the former manager of Destiny's Child and Beyoncé's father, revealed some intense behind-the-scenes details during an interview with Vlad TV to promote his book, Destiny's Child: The Untold Story. In this candid conversation, Knowles shed light on a particularly tumultuous period during the early 2000s when Destiny's Child and Jagged Edge were on tour together. Knowles admitted that one of his significant missteps was putting both Destiny's Child and Jagged Edge on the same tour bus. This decision proved problematic, given the age difference between the two groups. Destiny's Child members, including Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland, were just 16 years old at the time, while Jagged Edge members were between 21 and 22. Knowles acknowledged that this age gap created an awkward and potentially risky situation, as he had a fiduciary responsibility to protect the minors under his management. According to Knowles, the issue escalated when Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland reached out to him with complaints about being harassed by two members of Jagged Edge. The nature of the harassment was serious enough that Knowles felt compelled to take immediate action. In response to the complaints, Knowles made the difficult decision to remove the Jagged Edge members from the bus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This drastic step was intended to address the situation and ensure the safety and comfort of the young women. The fallout from this incident contributed to ongoing drama and tension between the groups. Knowles reflected on the situation with a sense of regret, acknowledging that it was not the best decision to have both groups sharing a tour bus. The arrangement created an environment where personal boundaries were easily crossed, leading to uncomfortable situations and strained relationships. This revelation from Knowles adds a new dimension to the narrative of Destiny's Child and Jagged Edge's time together. Jagged Edge was quick to respond to Matthew Knowles' revelations about their tour bus incident, making their stance known through social media. The group took to Instagram to address the claims Knowles had made during his interview with Vlad TV. Their post was succinct but powerful, featuring a quote that read, "Lies do not pick who tells them." This statement was a clear and direct rebuttal to Knowles' account of the events, with the lack of a detailed caption suggesting that the quote alone was sufficient to convey their response. In their Instagram post, Jagged Edge also touched on the contractual and logistical aspects of the situation. They clarified that while Knowles was the one who had set up the tour and signed the contract, the cost of the bus was shared by both groups. Despite this, Knowles had the authority to call the police and have the Jagged Edge members removed from the bus, which he did. The group expressed frustration, noting that the decision to remove them was made without any clear justification or wrongdoing on their part. They pointed out that Knowles was not even in the city on that day, and that Miss Pam, LaToya Luckett's mother, had not done anything to warrant such an action. The group's response highlighted their dissatisfaction with how the situation was handled and questioned the motives behind Knowles' actions. Brian Casey of Jagged Edge even suggested on his Instagram that Knowles might have been using the controversy to generate buzz for his book, Destiny's Child: The Untold Story. Casey's remark implied that Knowles' revelations might have been less about factual recounting and more about creating sensational content to promote his work. Jagged Edge's internal challenges have extended beyond their well-documented conflicts with other artists like Destiny's Child. In 2015, the group faced a particularly distressing situation involving Kyle Norman, one of its members, and his fiancée, Ma Maria. The incident began when Kyle Norman returned home to his residence in Atlanta under the influence of alcohol. He was reportedly distressed due to receiving bad news about his father's health, who had been diagnosed with cancer. However, this personal turmoil did not excuse what transpired next. A violent altercation ensued between Norman and Ma Maria, which resulted in a significant police intervention. According to reports, Ma Maria was found by the authorities with visible injuries, including serious bruises and black eyes. The confrontation turned violent. This severe escalation in their argument left Ma Maria with a golf ball-sized knot on her head and resulted in the loss of her engagement ring. In the aftermath of the altercation, Ma Maria managed to escape and seek help from neighbors, who then contacted law enforcement. Meanwhile, Norman, in a state of apparent desperation and remorse, was seen running down the street, seemingly seeking to be arrested. The repercussions of this violent episode extended beyond the immediate physical and emotional damage. The couple's foster child, who was part of their family at the time, was taken away the following morning as a direct consequence of the incident. This loss added another layer of distress to an already tragic situation, affecting not only Norman and Ma Maria, but also the lives of those directly connected to them. Approximately a year after the distressing incident involving Kyle Norman and his fiancée, Ma Maria, the couple took the opportunity to address the events publicly by appearing on Steve Harvey's show. This appearance provided them with a platform to openly discuss the turmoil and aftermath of that night, offering a deeper insight into their personal struggles. On the show, Steve Harvey introduced Kyle Norman, emphasizing his affiliation with the R&B group Jagged Edge. Kyle candidly spoke about the incident, describing it as a total out-of-body moment. He expressed a strong sense of regret and made it clear that such violence was unprecedented in their relationship. Norman was firm in his assertion that the altercation was a singular event and that he was committed to ensuring it never happened again. During the interview, Kyle painted a portrait of his background, framing it within the context of his upbringing in a loving and church-going family that had been together for nearly 50 years. He highlighted the contrast between his deep-rooted values and the chaos of that fateful night. This portrayal was intended to provide context for his actions, suggesting that his behavior was an anomaly rather than reflective of his character. Kyle also expressed a poignant sense of regret regarding how the situation unfolded. He wished that, amid the intense emotions and escalating conflict, Ma Maria had been able to offer him comfort rather than worsening the situation. He reflected on his state of mind during that night, noting that he had been overwhelmed by the emotional weight of his father's cancer diagnosis. The combination of this heavy personal news, along with the influence of alcohol and drugs, had significantly contributed to his erratic behavior. By admitting that he was out of his mind and deeply regretting his actions, Kyle aimed to take responsibility for the incident and convey his remorse. The appearance on Steve Harvey's show was meant to address the damage caused and to publicly seek understanding and forgiveness. The discussion allowed both Kyle and Ma Maria to confront the issues directly and to provide a narrative of reconciliation and personal growth following the traumatic event. About 9 months after Kyle Norman and his fiancée, Ma Maria, appeared on Steve Harvey's show to address the previous year's tumultuous incident, they found themselves in another crisis, this time involving a violent confrontation at their home in Georgia. The new incident unfolded in the early hours of the morning when Ma Maria awoke to disturbing sounds of a struggle. The chaos erupted after Kyle, reportedly under the influence of alcohol, allegedly attempted to stab their son during a drunken altercation. The situation quickly spiraled out of control, with Ma Maria forced to call the police in the midst of the turmoil. In the midst of the chaos, a cousin of the family intervened, managing to restrain Kyle and prevent him from causing further harm. The scene at their home was described as a disaster. The situation was marked by significant violence and destruction. When the police arrived, they noted the strong smell of alcohol on Kyle. His attempts to downplay the situation were evident when he tried to explain the blood on his shirt by attributing it to a motorcycle accident, a claim that did little to mitigate the seriousness of the situation. Adding to the tension, Kyle locked the door to prevent Ma Maria from speaking with the police, further complicating the investigation. The incident led to Kyle's arrest on November 2nd. Given his prior probation from the earlier domestic violence incident, this new altercation was considered a serious violation. The circumstances surrounding his arrest were particularly grave due to the ongoing legal ramifications and the potential consequences of breaching probation conditions. Kyle was released from custody 2 days later, but the incident highlighted ongoing issues with substance abuse and violent behavior that had plagued his life and relationships. Kyle Norman's personal life has been marked by a series of dramatic legal battles. In 2017, the spotlight turned on Kyle once again when Delaney Harir, one of his former partners, took him to court with serious allegations of child abandonment and failure to provide support payments. This legal action added another layer to the ongoing turmoil surrounding Norman's personal life. Before Delaney Harir's court case, Kyle was already entangled in another high-profile legal dispute with Tabitha Dumise, another of his ex-partners. Dumise had been vigorously pursuing legal action against Kyle, seeking to recover over $50,000 in back child support payments. Her grievances extended beyond just the overdue payments. She was also pushing for Kyle to cover their son's medical expenses, which he had been avoiding. Their son Kai, born in 1999, became a central figure in this ongoing legal saga. Tabitha Dumise's pursuit of child support payments was not just about recovering past due amounts, but also about holding Kyle accountable based on his earnings. She was adamant about ensuring that Kyle fulfilled his financial responsibilities, and her efforts included seeking additional funds based on his income, pushing for a fair resolution for their son. Her legal actions reflected a determined effort to secure the necessary support for Kai, despite Kyle's attempts to evade these obligations. Despite the personal and legal turmoil Kyle faced, Jagged Edge continued to make waves in the music industry. The group maintained their presence in the R&B scene, delivering their signature harmonies and keeping their musical career on track. Their ability to remain focused on their music amid Kyle's personal drama showcased their resilience and commitment to their craft. What do you think of Kyle's personal drama? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like this video? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more entertaining videos. And do not forget to explore our other videos for more interesting stories and insights.